Okay, we are on day 2 of our 12 Days of Beauty with BeautyBar.com, and today we're going to talk about the most important brushes for your face. So these are the 4 brushes that I use no matter what type of look I'm doing, whether it's a really quick, like right after the grocery store look, or whether it is a long, maybe I'm spending 25 minutes on makeup and I'm going out for the night. These are the 4 brushes that no matter what I'm using them. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through what they are, give you a quick overview of how you use them, and then you'll see these brushes used throughout the rest of the videos that we do. So before we dive really into the tutorials, I just want to give you a quick overview of the 4 most important face brushes. So let's get to it. The first brush that we're going to go over today is the Stila No. 11 brush. This is an all-over face concealer brush and it's fantastic. The bristles are so wonderful. They're nice and tight and they just pick up the concealer well, they cover well. It's wonderful. So all you would do is just kind of rub it into your concealer and just kind of spot treat, just go back and forth, back and forth. I am doing an entire video on concealer and foundation. I just wanted to show you, this is my favorite concealer brush. I previously used the Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage brush and I like it, but it's very thin. I've really found that I like using a flat head concealer brush because it covers the area so much better. I've just had such better success with covering these little blemishes or redness with using a flat head brush, and this Stila brush is unparalleled. It's fantastic. Could not recommend this one more, but Stila No. 11 all over concealer brush is fantastic. The next brush that we're going to talk about is the under eye concealer brush. This is Stila No. 2. Stila just makes fantastic brushes. If you've never had one, I couldn't recommend them more. They really hold up really nicely. They last a long time. And there's a reason that they are just a fantastically well-received brand from makeup artists and professionals to people like you and me who just love makeup. So this is the under eye concealer brush. It's No. 2. And the way that I use this is I just put a little bit of under eye concealer on the back of my hand. This is by IT Cosmetics, a really good one. Take the brush and just kind of dabble it in and then just rub it underneath your eye, get in the crevices. I like that this has a nice pointed tip, so I can really get right underneath that eye. And then just take my fingers and I kind of blend it in. And again, this will all be covered in so much depth. I just kind of want to give a really quick overview. And then I would take my number 11, and just dab it in my powder and just cover it with that. It works so nicely together, right? What a perfect little team. So I love this for under eye concealer. I know a lot of you have told me that one of your concerns is kind of having baggy under eye circles, and I have them too. I think I might have just inherited it from the women in my family, but I love this one for covering up my under eye. Look at that, so nicely. I just really couldn't recommend it more. I love the pointed tip. Holds really nicely, cleans really well. I don't know, I've been really impressed with these concealer brushes. I think that they are absolutely fantastic. The next brushes that we're going to get into is my Japanesque powder brush. I love this thing. I'm really excited to kind of tell you more about this because I think that there's a big misnomer out there about how you actually apply powder. And the way that most people do it is by taking your brush, rubbing it around in your powder or in your mineral powder and just rubbing it all over your face, right? Am I wrong? No, I'm not wrong because I used to do this as well. And you rub it around and then you wonder, what the heck, like everything I just covered with my foundation and my concealer is completely there. Like, if you're trying to cover a blemish or you have some red spots or sunspots and you cover them up and then you go to apply your setting powder and you can see them again. It's because when you're rubbing, you're just rubbing off that concealer and that foundation. I totally used to do this until I heard a makeup artist say that all that does is just completely destroy the work you just did. And I was like, that makes so much sense. So the way that you actually apply powder, I just use the powder pad that comes in with the compact and just rub it around in the powder, and then just all you're doing is kind of pressing it into your skin. So you're not rubbing or like smearing or streaking, you're just pressing it into your skin. And then what you do is you take your powder brush and you just kind of glaze over it. Just make sure you're getting off any of that excess powder so that, it's not cakey looking. And so I love this Japanesque one because the bristles are nice and long. If you use a short and tight one, you're still going to be sweeping and pulling. So this is just nice. It just glides right over. It's really soft. I just love this. I'm really happy with this line, Japanesque. They're really affordable and they just feel really nice on your skin. So that's how I use this every day. It's just after the very last step of my face makeup, I will just take this and just kind of gently swipe off any excess powder that I just applied. Love this. And the last brush that I use every day, no matter what, is another Japanesque brush. Is their HD blush brush. This is amazing for a couple of reasons. The first being it's dual-sided, so one side is fake hair and one side is synthetic. That's not what I meant. What I meant was one side is synthetic and one side is real. You use the synthetic side for applying the color and the real side for blending it. The second reason that I love this is because in a pinch, this works as a great bronzer brush as well. So I would just take the color, take my synthetic side, apply the color to the cheeks, and then take the real side and blend it in. But if I'm on the go, or I forgot my bronzer, or sometimes if I'm just being a little bit lazy, I will just pick up my bronzer and using the synthetic, or the real side, I'm sorry, blend it right into the cheekbones. It just works so nicely for blending. So I really love this. I couldn't love it more. The bristles are amazing. They're nice, they're compact. They're really soft, so they feel nice on your skin, and they also just apply the color really well. They hold the color in the brush well, and then they transfer it to your facial, which is really important. You're not losing a ton of product, doesn't get everywhere, which I know is a big problem with a lot of cheap brushes. I've encountered that time and time again. So I love this brush. Great price, great quality, and really multifunctional. So you can use it for, I've also used it for like a liquid foundation if I'm in a go. It's just a really great size because, like I said, the bristles are nice and tight. So I'll pick up the foundation and kind of apply it. But so like I said, I've used it for bronzer, for blush, for liquid foundation. I like it best for blush, but it does work for all of them. So these are the 4 brushes that I use no matter what. Again, it's the Stila No. 11 Flathead Concealer Brush, all over face concealer. The Stila No. 2, this is the under eye concealer brush. The Japanesque HQ powder brush. I love this brush. And then last, the Japanesque HD blush brush. So I'm excited to show you more about how you actually use these and how we incorporate them into a look, but hopefully now you have a good understanding of the 4 brushes that I use on my face every day, no matter what. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.